how to do on-page SEO in 2025. My name is Andy with Oscar Marketing. We're going to show you everything you need to know about how to get your on-page in WordPress and much more. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe down below. Shoot us a comment if you have some suggestions on content in the future, or if you just like this content, help boost the algorithm. It is what it is. But let's jump in. This is our demo WordPress website. So there are some things that we do need to start off by saying. You need to have a WordPress website, but then we do need to install one of two things. We need to install either Rank Math SEO or Yoast. They both are really comparable. You're going to see a lot of people kind of go back and forth between using one or the other. We are team Rank Math SEO just by a hair. They both do great things, but we're going to choose Rank Math SEO. So what you need to do is actually be logged into your WordPress website, and up here in the top left, we're going to click back here to get into the back end of our website. And then we're going to navigate over to the plugins, because we're going to start off with the functional side of things, and we're going to go download that plugin. I've already downloaded it, so you can see down here we have Rank Math SEO, and then I don't have the Pro installed, so that way you can see, hey, we're using the free version and not the paid version, so that way you can go in and be able to get going without the paid version. Now obviously there's some benefits to having the paid version, but I'm going to show you what it's like to be on completely free. We big fan of free. So we have Rank Math SEO installed. Another one that you can add in there is WP Rocket. WP Rocket is a great plugin to be able to add in there. It does cost, I can't remember if it has a free part in there, but we are going to activate this because it's going to tie into a couple other things that go into SEO. So that way you can do the things and be able to effectively do what you need to do. So I'm just going to activate this. We're going to wait for this to, my computer's running a little bit slow, but those are what we're going to install right this minute. We're going to get into a couple other things, but it is what it is. So one of the things that we need to basically go in and set up is we need to go into Rank Math SEO right here. You're going to see kind of a setup wizard. They're going to do a setup wizard that looks just like this. I'm not going to go back through it, but you go through and start setting up all the things that actually, I'm going to start setup. I'm going to see if it'll pull up my information. Let's start setup wizard, and my computer's running a little bit slow, but it's going to take us over to our site. It's going to let us install analytics. This is actually going to go through and it's going to ask you a bunch of questions. So you need to choose a business type. There's a bunch of them in here. Fill out all this information as explicitly as you can. You have a logo right here to put into Google. Alternate name. So be sure to fill out all of this stuff. And I'm thinking that our current website. Thinking of our current website when I was thinking everything was filled out. But go in here and fill out all this information. You can go connect your Google resources, basically Google Analytics, Google Search Console. These are two big things, and they're completely free. They're for a different video. I'm not going to show you how to do that right now, but go and set them up before you go click this blue button to go connect services, because it will log you in to Google to say, hey, let's go connect these, and it'll try to go find it in your Google account. So we're going to skip that for right now. Let's click continue. And Yoast should have a very similar setup right here. So like right here, we have all the different sitemaps that we can do. So sitemaps are crucial because that is another on-page resource. You want to be able to have a sitemap. Yoast and Rank Math both provide you with that. Because you want to be able to submit that into Google Search Console when you create a page on your site. You want to be able to have Google rank that as efficiently as possible. So you're going to go submit your sitemap into the into Google Search Console. Again, another video. But the paid versions of Yoast and Rank Math have ways of being able to submit those page URLs to be submitted into being indexed by Google. So those are all things that you can. Again, it's an upgrade, but for right now, you don't have to do that. So you can choose service areas. We actually made a custom post type, which was like, okay, service areas. Like we showed how to automate in another video, this one right here, how to automate your service areas to be able to, we automate those service areas so that way, again, it helps out with the SEO, helps out with your overall ranking. Again, check out those videos, that'll help you out. And then these taxonomies, you can actually do a sitemap for these categories and stuff like that. These are good to do as well, along with the post types, but I'm just going to keep it basic because I'm not trying to rank this site. And we're going to go click save and continue, and it's going to go under optimization. There's going to be a couple little tools right here, like external links and no follows and stuff like that. These are all fine for right now. This is just to get you up and started with your SEO. So, and then you can do the advanced setup. I believe this takes you over to the schema. Schema markup is a little bit different. So role manager, no, we're not going to worry about role manager. 404 redirects. This is where you can, kind of capture those dead pages to where you can monitor 404 pages and redirection. You can turn those on if you need. There are other redirection tools. Basically, you want to make sure all the links that are live on your site, they go somewhere. And a 404 is basically a page that says, hey, this is the wrong place. You need to go somewhere else. Then this is your schema markup, is what you can set up right here. And you can, like categorize this however you want. My service areas, these are going to be service pages. So these would be service right here. And then like each of your separate service, like each of your separate post types, you can set them up as this, but your blog posts in general, these are going to be articles. So this is what we're setting up right here, blog posts. So basically connect all those. And this is just the setup for Rank Math SEO. As soon as we get done with this should take us into the dashboard for Rank Math again. Okay, so right here, there's a whole bunch of things you can toggle on and off and stuff like that. So there is, new sitemaps, not crazy necessary. You can turn on redirections, but we do have sitemaps on, SEO Analyzer. If you have WooCommerce, you can turn this on as well. Local SEO is on, link counter, stuff like that. But then you can just keep going down the line. So content AI, we're not going to really get into that, but analytics, this is where you can see all your stats on the website. And so going through and just making sure all of this is connected. So this is where you're going to be able to see all that Google Analytics, Google Search Console, stuff like that. General settings. This is going to be a big one right here. So this is going to be where you input a little bit more data to make sure your schema markup. Sorry, wrong section. It's the titles and meta is going to be the big part. So this right here is some general settings. So if you need to. If you're a little bit more into code, you can edit your robot.txt. You can edit your hit access file. Let's go to titles and meta because this is stuff that you're probably not going to be messing with. Maybe Webmaster Tools. But this right here, you can see how from a global meta, this is how things are going to be showing on your site. So like right now, I have this little dash. If I want, so like this is how the default title shows up. If I want to change that, you can see the line. These are all acceptable little divisions of the title and stuff like that because your site is pre-programmed to pull up the title and the name of the website. So we have dummy Oscar template. That's our name of our site. Post title, that's just the post title. So again, you can change this up to be whatever you want to. And then if we go down here to posts right here, you can see here's all the schema markup that we can go adjust if we see something wrong or something's not being indexed or done correctly. We can go to pages right here. This is going to be, we're going to scroll down a little bit further. You can kind of see this is just short code. This is going to pull in the stuff that you by default put onto the page. And we'll show you that later. And we're going to scroll down a little bit. We're going to see all this information. So cool. And then local SEO. This is the big part right here. So I completely skipped over that. So organizations, we're going to want to go down here and we're going to do logo. This is where it gets to be really, really definitive. You want to be able to put all this information in. So you want to put an email address, you want to put your address. And what I've found is basically just type in your address. So basically repeat what the address is up here, repeat it back in here. Because for some reason the last time I did this, it didn't like this little short code. So not sure what it was. It is what it is. But I went in and did that. And you can do your hours of operations, and you can do normal 12-hour time frames, and you can go change it up right here. And then you can put in your phone number. Definitely put in your phone number, put in your price range, put in your legal name, find your About Us page, Contact Us page, and then click Save down here at the bottom. That's going to be really big. And I'm going to show you an example of that right here. So if we go to, and the reason why you want to do this is because after you start creating a page, you can test a couple pages to see if your schema markup is correct. So this is a blog post that I've already done. So this is the URL that I have for how to add Google reviews site-wide to WordPress. So if I go over to search.google.com/test/rich-results, if you just do rich results, if you say Google schema text or Google schema checker, if you do a Google search, you're going to end up coming to this. So it is what it is. I'm going to put the URL right here. As long as you end up on a page like this, you're fine. So I'm going to put the URL right here. And then I'm going to go, let's just test this with desktop. So I'm going to go test URL. We're going to give it a minute while we're doing this. But this is actually going to go and check and make sure that all those settings that we just put in are actually doing what they're supposed to do. They are correct. So I don't have any of those in there. So I'm going to get a whole bunch of errors on mine. But I went and did this article because we've already done the schema markup for this. So it's a good testing. So let's just see what these results pull up, and it should be done here in just a minute, just a second. But yeah, all the work that we just did, we want to be able to save, get it in there, stuff like that, and then we'd go check it. So that's one of the very first things that I do after I get one of my articles up, or something like that, because this is just going to check the code. So basically the URL that I put in here, it's going to go pull all that code, and you'll see it here in a second once we get it done. So right here, 4 valid items detected. You can see, okay, article, local business, organization, videos. So cool. All that stuff, and it's been crawled. So it's successfully crawled at 1:24 p.m. So cool. So down here, if we go to organization, you see non-critical issues detected. Let's go see what that is, because you never know what that might be. So we're going to click down below, and we're going to say, okay, so now we have non-critical issue right here. Okay, cool, missing address country. So not crazy important. I'll probably go in there and do that a little bit later. But you see all this information is put in there. You see where we have our hours of operation and stuff like that. So these are all things that are built in there. We have our phone number, stuff like that. That is crucial for Google to basically say, hey, you are who you say you are, but you have structured the page in a proper way that we can understand it. So essentially, there you go. This is what all this information does for you. It basically helps Google read what you have. So next thing that we're going to get into. So the next thing is really coming up with a way to what's called minify your code. So minify means take a whole bunch of code, put it all together, so that way it decreases your load time. So one of the plugins that we like to use is down here under, I believe it is settings, WP Rocket. So we're going to leave here because I don't want to change up any of this. So after, you can go in and use a whole bunch of these tools and stuff like that, but these are the crucial ones for on-page SEO. So you want to make sure your schema is set up. Then we're going to go into here and we can see, okay, under dashboard, great, we have WP Rocket set up. I'm not sure if they have a free version of this. I'll put a link down below if it comes down to it, but you can see this is just basic information. And then what we can do is file optimization. We want to go in here and make sure that we minify the CSS, minify the JavaScript. And if you get into some of these other, be sure to, do some research on some of these other ones. So the big one is minify JavaScript file and minify CSS. Media images. We can lazy load. Basically, it's going to save the images for last, so that way the paintable pictures on the site, those are going to be loading last, so that way you can get like a quicker load time. And then like if somebody starts seeing content, that's going to be able to see, hey, there's something loading, so it kind of buys you some time to increase that like 2 to 3 seconds where a person gets on your site on a mobile device. If they start seeing stuff load, they're more than likely going to be like, oh, okay, that's fine, I'm going to wait. But if they see nothing, they're going to be leaving on to the next thing. So that's one of the big things about some of these. You can scroll down and kind of see some of the fonts and stuff like that. Preload, this is by default already on there. If we go under CDN, another big thing is the CDN. This is a paid for aspect, but it's a content delivery network. Imagine having your site in a bunch of different locations around the world, and like the closest place being able to load, that's the best way I can describe it. Basically, it's going to be able to load your site a whole lot faster and stuff like that. So edits usually take a minute to propagate, but it is able to load your site a whole lot faster with a CDN. Once you get to a point where you're getting 1,000 plus visitors, that's something to look at. It's a good thing to have. It speeds up your site. And then let's go to image optimization. We like using Imagify because this will take it, and there's a couple other plugins out there that actually allow this, but it takes it and converts it to a WebP format. So that way, WebP is taking a big file and basically making it super fast and really lightweight on your website. So that's one of the biggest things with a WebP file, and the reason why you transition this into here. So like there are free plans up to 200 images, 200 megabytes. 200 megabytes can go quick, but again, you want to optimize your images, before you upload them, so that way you're not using up a whole lot of space anyways, because big images aren't going to be the best. And then, so that is, you can explore some of these other stuff, but you can install Imagify. It's free. Go set up an account. I'm not going to do that on this video because it's really straightforward and simple. So you can go install Imagify, WP Rocket, and Rank Math SEO. So now we've done the things on the back end to make sure that we are going to be set up for success, because these are the things you do in the very beginning. They're not necessarily things that you touch on, a long term. So you want to go check on these on occasion if something's not working or if your site's slow or something like that. But these are the things that you do in the very beginning. One last thing we want to do is under reading. We want to go look at reading under settings. As soon as this wants to load, you're going to see this is discouraging search engines from indexing this site. I don't want this website being found on Google because it's just not relevant. It's our dummy website. All the information on here is not relevant. So I kept this on. Make sure if you're in development, keep this on. As soon as you make your site public and you want people finding your site, uncheck this box. So that's kind of the final step before we start getting into more of the on-page stuff. But this all kind of goes onto on-page SEO to make you look the best for Google. So let's go out to our front end. Once we get out there, let's go do a Google search for, let's do Google speed test. Let's do Google speed test, and then we're going to do PageSpeed Insights. That's what it's called. So we're going to go take our URL. Now we're just going to go double check our speed. Just before we do anything, we're just going to go double check our speed, and PageSpeed Insights is a great place to go do it. So while we let that run, we're going to get into here. And so as we're in this page right here, we're going to go optimize this page. So we're going to go click up here at the top, and we're going to go under Elementor, because we are editing with Elementor. We're going to go edit with Elementor. And so now we did that, it should take us into edit mode. You're going to see all the Elementor usual suspects show up with the column on the left, block editor on the on the right, you're going to see all this, all the edit mode stuff. Let's go check and see if PageSpeed Insights on. Okay, so right here you can see, all right, performance right here. It's 7.9 seconds of paintable content, largest content payment element. So you can see all these different things. These were not great. Accessibility, best practices, SEO, like performance and SEO were all bad. If we go into here, these aren't great either. But what you can do is go and check all of this different information. So it took a long time for us to load. So might need a CDN, but you know, I also haven't optimized this page to be for performance. So let's go back over here. We're probably in edit mode. Yeah, my computer is okay. So here we go. All right, so we're in edit mode. Over here, we can go do our first check. So over here, we're going to see SEO in our edit mode. So if you ever don't see this, you can go click on this little plus button for widgets. And if you installed it correctly, you're going to see widgets, globals, and SEO. So we're going to click on SEO, and you're going to see all this information. So this is really big information that is going to help you with be able to do the rest of your on-page optimization. So first thing we're going to start off with is we need to come up with a good title, because that's really going to be the thing that's going to like move whatever it is you're trying to do on your website. So one of the things that I do is you can go under SEMrush. They give you 3 searches for free per month. Well, not per month, per day. So you can do a search real quick. And so I just did the word roofer. And so we can go down here and we can do keyword variations, and we can do questions. I really like doing questions because that's going to be, you know, especially for blog posts. Now, if you want to do your on page for you want to, like, especially if you're a roofer, this homepage is probably going to be like, for us, we're in Noonan, Georgia. It'd be Noonan, Georgia roof repair and replacement specialist or something like that. So we want to have that as our title. So we can just click on this edit snippet. We can go change this right here. You kind of remember this from earlier. We can do Noonan, Georgia. I don't think I spelled that right. Georgia roof repair and placement specialists. Okay, so we did this. So we did Noonan, Georgia roof repair and replacement specialist, and then we need to put in the description. We need to add in there these keywords, and here it's not long enough, so you can go do ChatGPT. You know, do whatever you want to. Who help local residents in Coweta County fix their damaged and leaky roofs. Okay, so I added a couple keywords in there. I added a couple like leaky roofs and damaged roofs, and Google's going to pick up on all this. So Coweta County, that's the county we're in. So it's going to pick up on a lot of these different things, like okay, local residences, stuff like that. So now we change all that, and so let's do, let's just use the keyword Noonan, Georgia roof repair. So let's just use that as the focus keyword, because we can just exile that. It's going to keep it up here. So if I click back on here, you can see it's already replaced all the content. Instead of that, you know, the short code, it's now on titles. So we're going to exit out of this, and then we're going to go into here, paste that focus keyword into here. So now you see the focus keyword is going to be that main search keyword that you go for, or phrase. So when you're going into SEMrush and you're looking up key phrases or questions, as if you're looking up a blog post, how much does a new roof cost? So maybe you go after new roof costs, because that's a 31 keyword density score, because you can do a blog post or a page on how much does a new roof cost. And then you can actually ask this question within the home page that links over to how much does a new roof cost, and do a whole big article on it. So now Google sees, oh, you're talking about new roofs in Noonan, Georgia, And then you're now answering the question, how much does a new roof cost? And linking over to a page that talks about how much a new roof costs. Again, it's all about that's all a part of the on-page aspects. But let's go choose another aspect of it, and we can go into answer the public. And I just typed in roofer right here. You can see there's 49,500 searches per month for this, and then a $40 cost per click. But if we scroll down, we can go see different questions and keywords and stuff like that. And so this is, again, I'm only getting into this because this is going to help you choose your title. This is going to help you do the things that you need to do to be able to, optimize the page. So you're going to want to come up with your key phrase, but then come up with your title that's based off of the key phrase. And that's going to kind of revolve all your content. So, as we go down here, now that I have like my title and description and I know what my key phrase is, now writing the rest of the content is going to be, not crazy hard, because you should be able to write the content and use ChatGPT. Go make sure it's not AI content. You can use Grammarly for that. We do a couple other videos on that. But write your content, and this is a theme template, so don't recreate the wheel. Just write this amount of content for this area. So quality, reliable. So if we change this to quality and reliability with 100% satisfaction, in Noonan, Georgia, roof repair. We add that in there. So you want to add some of these statements into like your heading. So down here, the H2, you want to be able to add some of the. Obviously, you don't want to like add in there. Did I spell it right? Yeah, I did spell it wrong. My bad. You definitely don't want to have Noonan, Georgia roof repair, Noonan, Georgia roof repair, Noonan, Georgia roof repair. You can do quality, proof of quality is on the roof. So like as you start seeing these titles and stuff, you start seeing like roof is in there and quality roof. And then, like some of these right here, I'm sure these are probably H3 tags and stuff like that. So you can see as we go back in here. So let me go click on this plus. We can go back into SEO. Now we can see, okay, so we just use that keyword, and you see this changed as we are looking at it. If we get into this left-hand side, basic SEO, we have a focus keyword. Cool, we added that. Focus keyword inside the meta description, we added that down in here. Focus keyword in the first 10% of content, we added that into here. Focus keyword found in the content. Cool. 850 words of content on this page. Cool. These plugins are meant to tell you, okay, what are you missing? What are you not missing? So follow along with these. Additional information, focus keyword found in a subheading. Subheading is anything that's an H2 or below. So like it's like your main headline should have something about Noonan, expert Noonan, Georgia roof repair company, or whatever that might be. And so then all your subheadings are the H2, H3, H4, H5. So those are the subheadings. And then an image on your focus keyword. So alt text. Every image on your site should have alt text. That is a piece of all of this that you want to have Google be able to find all your information. So for example, I have a blog post that I optimized our thumbnail to be the content. So let's see, automate. Let's see if it's this one. So if we scroll down, so right here, here's a search for that. But then if we look at images, see first one, there's an image for this. So this is one of the things that we optimized for, but that's on YouTube. Maybe this is the wrong page. But there's essentially you can have, when people are searching for you, you can have some images show up, especially if they're meaningful images with like your logo and stuff like that. Those are all images that could show up in a search for you and be shown when you do that. So if we go into here, you see this picture of this house. That's obviously an image. We're going to click on this where the image is. So this is going to be a column, not so much an actual image, because if we go down here, we can actually go and see, cool, there's an image directly right here. This is actually a background of this column. So we're going to go and click on this. We're going to click on here, and we can see here's the image right here. It's way bigger than what it is right here. But if we click on it, it's going to take us to our media gallery. And so if we go, and just for grins, you see over here for SEO, you see right here, add an image with the focus keyword as alt text. So Noonan, Georgia roof repair. I'm going here because I'm lazy, and I'm just going to go copy this. Sorry about that. So we're going to go back over here. I'm going to go click on the image. Now I'm going to add this where it says alt text. Alt text is big. We put it right there. And I also put it as the title just to make sure, cover some bases and stuff like that. So I added in there too. Click select. And now we can click publish. And now if we go back to SEO, the SEO, once this kind of goes across, you can kind of see how it's taking sweet time. So alt text is really big. That's one of the factors of doing on-page SEO. That's a really big factor. Let's go. Come on. All right, well, we're going to go back to SEO anyways. As soon as it wants to do what it does. But you can see we've done that to the image, and now if we go down here, we can go click here, add an image with a focus keyword with the alt text. Some of this stuff doesn't necessarily, it may not have saved. Well, let's go down here. I'm going to go add this. Let's see if there's another image that we can easily add. So I'm going to go into this one right here. Let's go to vinyl siding. Let's go right here. You would want to do, instead of doing Noonan, Georgia roof repair, we're going to click select. You would want to do vinyl siding Noonan, Georgia, or roof repair Noonan, Georgia. That'd be a good one right there. So let's do roof repair Noonan, Georgia roof repair. Especially if that's your main area that you're going to be focusing on. You can do roof renovations. And one of the things that I talk about in one of our other videos, this video right here, automating your service area pages. So that way, if you have a map that, if we go to maps.google.com, if we go under maps, you can see this is my whole service area right here. If you are watch out. If you're a roofer right here, we're down here in Noonan right here. So you see Noonan, Peachtree City, Fayetteville, Lovejoy, Stockbridge, Lithonia, Stone Mountain, Brookhaven, Sandy Springs, Vinings. There's so many different places that you can do. And if you can service all these areas, you want a service area page on these particular ones. So Noonan, Georgia roof renovation, Peachtree City roof renovation, Smyrna roof renovation, this renovation, that. So you can have a whole bunch of service pages for these specific ones. And now you want to have all those pages, like when you create this roof renovation page, you want to have an overall roof renovation with a way for somebody to contact you. But then you can have all those sub pages on a sidebar right beside it or something like that. So let's go down here. Let's see. It's not picking up our alt text. Well, we're going to forget that for a minute. But just make sure that that's green. It should detect that. I don't know if it's just me. But keyword density, it only shows up one time. So we want to be able to make sure that we add that into the text a couple more times. Obviously, play it by ear. It's going to try to, you don't want to add it too many times. But adding these variations, like maybe roof inspection and proposal, installation and audit, like some of those, like all those, Google is going to be able to check and see, okay, cool. That all has to do with roofing. Again, talk about roofing. If this is a roofing page or you're a roofer, talk about roofing. If you're a e-commerce store, talk about your product. It is what it is. It's pretty self-explanatory. And again, all the additional content that you want to do in here. So if we maybe this will work. Maybe we can do Georgia roof repair. Let's go. Maybe this third time's a charm. Nope, still wants to do that right there. So But all these different things, like you want to have another couple of things you want to do is you want to link to other pages. So all within this content, you want to be able to link to other pages. So like having your call to action button, schedule a booked appointment, you want to link out to those pages. Also, you want to be able to have links to external pages too. So like Wikipedia pages or anything relevant to your industry. You can use perplexity.ai to be able to do research on some URLs that are relevant to the topic that you're talking about, but aren't competition. So that way you can find some really good outbound links to link to based off the subject you're talking to. Again, using AI, that's a whole different platform. But having your title to your page, the title to the page, your focus keyword, make sure that that's matching up. Your meta description, you want to make sure that it's in the URL. Like obviously the home page isn't going to have the URL, but you want to be able to have in the top 10%. Again, following this stuff, top 10%. You want to have the keyword in the content. You want to be able to have the focus keyword and subheadings, image alt. Oh, it actually changed. Image alt tag. I guess it took a minute to detect it. You want keyword density, so adding synonyms of what you want, like all the different things. The actual keyword in a couple places. Yes, you do. Link to other resources. That's linking out to other resources, but also internal linking, meaning you're going to other places of key interest for people. So again, if you have a blog page, having those blog posts, linking over to those pages, it's all in there. And then using text readability, you want to make sure you're probably on like a lower than an 8th grade reading level, maybe even like 6th grade reading level, just to make sure that is what it is. But that is a lot of the key features with on-page optimization. There's a lot more to SEO than just on-page. Finally, after you do all the things that we talked about, what you want to do is up here in the top, you're going to see yourself with a score, an 87 out of 100. That's actually really good. So you want to get this as high as you possibly can. Obviously following these guidelines, following all these different kind of guides to help you better your SEO. Now, obviously nothing kind of compares to doing some effective keyword research, because this is literally going off of what you input. But yeah, going off of this score right here, you want to go after this score, and there's a couple other settings right into here, but these are all paid features. But again, keeping this score as high as possible. But these are the things in 2025 on how to do on-page SEO with WordPress that's going to help move the needle, get you to where you need to go, and be able to help your site rank a little bit further. But some of the things that we use for that are SEMrush, Rank Math SEO, the rich results tester, and then PageSpeed Insights. There's a bunch of other things that you can do. Obviously you want to make sure you have Google Analytics and Search Console on there, because you want to be able to track all your results. You want to have Rank Math or Yoast have a way for you to minify your content on the back end from a again, that kind of goes into on page, which is the server level. Have a way to minify that content, minify your JavaScript and CSS. Optimize your images with Imagify, and if you can kind of knock those out, which are all within your control, you're leaving yourself in a great position. Again, my name is Andy with Oscar Can Do It. If you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe. And if you made it this far, we actually have a group that you can join that has free content, free availability. You can go join at join.oscarcandoit.com. It's a free group right now where we have daily phone calls that talk about ads, SEO, systems, web development, and the AI. So be sure to go join that group if you're interested in this kind of content. We'd love to have your feedback down below. If at the very least, go like and subscribe. We'd love the feedback to boost that YouTube algorithm, and we'll see you on the next video.